All right, I'm going to get started. And my plan for this session is to look at the AP practice submission exam. If you could give me a thumbs up, make sure that you can see it on the screen. Okay. Looks good. All right, cool. So what I'm going to do is run through signing up to do the AP exam, because this is my first look at this as well. So if you're not seeing something that looks familiar to you, it doesn't look familiar to me either, because I've never done this before either. I did not try it yesterday, so I figured I would try it live with you, make a recording of this, and then I will share it with everybody afterwards. First, it says when you go to the link to start the exam, which I think I posted in the chat. Let me make sure I have that in the chat. I posted a link in the chat to my blog, which has the links for the things you'll need. You should have the formula sheet printed out. You can use the one that I gave you in class. If you have notes on it, it does not matter. You can use the AP Physics Bible. I sent you my amended one. I took out all the stuff that's not covered on this exam. I think I got everything out of there that you're not responsible for, which was several pages worth of stuff. There's a few units that we didn't cover. And you should have your exam checklist filled out. That's the place that you're going to write your AP ID, which is what it's asking me for here. That will come to you in email to your registered email account 2 days before the exam. If you don't get that email, for some reason you don't get emails and you're supposed to be checking to make sure you're getting emails from AP, then you can go log into AP Classroom the same way you log in to do any of the other stuff online through AP, and you should be able to find your ticket then. For this one, all you have to do is type in practice. That's clearly not a real entrance thing for the exam, but it'll be your AP ID, whatever that is, and continue. You're supposed to do this 30 minutes before your exam time. So our start exam time for AP Physics is on May 14th at 4 p.m. So you should do this at 3:30 on May 14th. I'll be sending out messages, and then there's a timer that will kick on, and then it will say your exam has started when the exam has started. If you do this at 3:30, you'll be able to enter all of this stuff, then go to the timer screen, because it'll probably take you a couple minutes. We'll see how long this takes. Let's see, enter my information. I'm gonna, whoa. Actually, let's call myself Testerman. And I was born on April 1st, 1984. Oops, 84. Email address, test@test.com. Reconfirm it, test@test.com. Where am I testing from? Homeschool or other? I'm testing from my home. Permission to reuse. I grant College Board unlimited right to use, reproduce, publish my free response materials, both written and oral, for educational, research, and instructional purposes. My name and the name of my school will not be used in any way in connection with these free response materials. I understand I'm free to mark decline with no effect on my score and its reporting. If you took my class last semester, you saw some of these released materials. Basically, the things that come to other teachers so that they can say, hey, here's what a student did. And the goal is to kind of get some analysis and say, hey, did they do well or not? And where would you do better? And where did they go wrong? And where did they do it great? All right, so accept. I agree to terms and conditions. On the day of, you got a half hour. If you want to click on this and open up terms and conditions, oh my goodness, there's no way you could read all this in a half hour. Prohibited behaviors. All right, so I'll let you guys do any of this stuff on your own that you want. basically this looks like a lot of restated stuff that they've been saying in their meetings with us about when you're doing the exam, about working with somebody else, copying things from the internet. Basically, it's going to be really difficult to do that because your answers are going to be in a format that don't look like most questions that you've seen before and probably are not out on the internet to look up. Intellectual property rights, it's their test and all of their trademarks and such. Liability, severability, restrictions. Okay, that was lots of fun. I don't know that I would recommend or not recommend you read the terms and conditions. And then you click, after you've entered your personal information, and then you click to continue. Your exam begins now. Okay, so if you do this at 3:30 on May 14th, you'll get a 30-minute timer from 3:30 on. You won't be able to log in until 3:30, but at 3:30, if you get done with that stuff, then, oh, hey, look, timer has already started here, but you'll get a timer before the question starts. This says you've been given 10 minutes to read the following question, craft a response, and submit it. After 10 minutes, you'll move to question 2, and you won't be able to revisit this question. All right, so what that means is once you're done with this question, you're done. You must attach or paste your response and hit submit before the time expires. Review submission guidelines. Oh, goodness. Attach a text file, copy paste, attach a photo. On exam day, your question will display here. Here's how you should use the demo to get ready. Take 5 minutes to create a demo response. Include your AP ID and your initials at the top of your response. All right, so I'm going to do that in Word because you're supposed to do this already. For test day, you're supposed to have, sorry, my test ID is all caps, practice, and my initials are Tester A. Testerson. And then I would have my question 1 for AP Physics 1, and do all this in advance so you've got this. This will be where you write your answer. They recommend that you get your screen set up so that you have this on one side of your screen and you can have your question that's written here on the other side. Can you guys see both of those? I'm not sure if this is, oh, I've hit the last 5 minutes. When you've had your however long, 25, 15 minutes to answer the question, and you hit the last 5 minutes, that will come up. You could keep working. You could go over here and be like, oh, I got to answer 3 more things. But when that timer down at the bottom that's now at 4 minutes, 40 seconds runs out, you cannot submit your answer. You will get no credit for anything you haven't submitted. Create a demo response. Include your AP ID. I did that. And your initials. I did that. TAT. If you're handwriting, include the page number at the top of your response. Write a paragraph or 2 about anything that you like. Let's see. This is a paragraph. It is short. This one is shorter. All right, cool. So now I need to make sure that I have this file saved in a place that I can get to it. So what I'm going to do is save it on my computer, on my desktop, in a folder called AP Physics. And this is practice question, oops, sorry, question 1. 3 minutes, 35 seconds. I'm running out of time. Oh gosh, but there's my answer. It's already typed out. Write a paragraph or 2 about anything you like. Take 5 minutes to submit your demo response. Adhere to the submission guidelines above. If you're taking the exam with 1 question, you have 50 minutes to craft a response and submit it. If you're taking one with 2, you have 30 minutes for question 1. That's 25 minutes for the question, 5 minutes to submit. 20 minutes for question 2. That's 15 minutes for the question, 5 minutes to submit. On exam day, the personal information page will be longer than the one in this demo. Be sure to launch your exam 30 minutes before it starts. Note to world language students. On exam day, you will click a button on this page to connect to AP World Languages exam where you'll hear responses to your questions. All right, so I have two options. I can attach my response and I can paste my response. Let's start with attach my response. You could attach a photo. I could take a picture on my phone of my handwriting, email it to myself, save it. I mean, that's a lot of work, okay? I could do that though. But I still have to have practice, TAT, my initials and my code on there, the question and page number on it. Click on thumbnails below to see example photo submissions. Okay. So here's one. Okay, this is somebody's written response. This is somebody's written response. All right, so you guys can go through and play with this. Oh, hey, yours better not look like this, or you're submitting the wrong thing. Let's go to attach text file, because that's what I did. Include your AP ID and your initials at the top of the page. That's over here on the other side. Oops, I forgot to put in periods. You can only attach one text file per exam question. You can submit up to 5 pictures of pages, but you can only submit one text file. Let's see, browse for file. I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm going to go to AP Physics. I'm going to go to question 1. And see, it says submit here. If that timer runs out, it does not matter as long as I have started this process right here. I have to hit ready, submit. I'm pushing it, right? You could keep trying to answer that question and waste time, but if something screws up, you're done. So when that 5-minute timer comes up, submit, because you're going to get credit for what you've done, and you probably have answered enough in the 25 minutes for what they're expecting. Let's see, here we go. Question 1 is complete. Uh-oh. Question 2, goodness gracious. File, save as this PC. I'm gonna call this question 2, save, attach a text file, a photo, copy and paste. Let's attach a text file. I only got 45 seconds left. What the heck am I gonna do? How do I do it? Do not hit back button. Don't refresh the page. How to submit your response requirements. Photo, copy and paste. Let's do copy and paste. What is, I don't know where to go from here. This is so confusing. All right. So I've got all the guidelines here, but it's not, oh, this is time until I have to submit question 2. Whew, I was afraid I was going to screw it up, right? I've already answered question. Ooh, nope, here's question. Sorry, this is question 2. Now, ooh, all right, so there we go. Question 1 has finished. Start work on question 2 now. I ran out of time. I wasn't going to get credit for this thing that doesn't count anyway. All right, been given 10 questions to read the following question, craft a response and submit it. Question 2, on exam day, your question will display here. Here's how you should do the demo. Include your AP ID and the initials at the top of your response. Again, make these files in advance. Have them sitting on your desktop in a folder called the AP Physics exam, and then you can just go right to them and you don't have to worry about it. You can set up autosave so it saves it like every minute and you don't have to worry about it. You'll just go in the background. Take 5 minutes to submit your demo response. Adhere to the submission guidelines. All right, you know what? I feel like I've answered this one fully with my 2 horrible paragraphs. Same answer I submitted for the last one, but I'm going to paste my response this time. I think you are supposed to do both of them the same way. So if you do it on Word file or text file or something like that, the first question, you need to do it for the second one. I'm going to do a different one here and see what happens. All right, so it says include your AP ID and initials at the top of the page, which I did. If you make a mistake, hit clear field, try again. You cannot type directly in this text field. I'm trying to type and that's not doing anything. Check the formatting and content of your pasted response. If it's wrong or incomplete, hit clear field, go back, correct the issue, paste again. When you're done, hit submit. All right, so I'm going to copy all that, paste it in, my awesome fake answer. Oh gosh, I screwed that up, clear field. I'll go and copy it again and paste it again. Okay, cool. So it won't let me type, but it will submit. I can't even click on this response in here to edit it in that. I have to clear it and go back and do it again. I'm going to submit. You'll not be able to return to question once you complete the step. If you get done early, you want to submit it, you're banging your head against the wall, you can't answer the question any better, you can do it early, but at a minimum, when you hit that 5-minute timer, get it done. And I still have 2 minutes and 43 seconds before I'm going to get the timer. This time, my exam demo is complete. If you want to keep practicing different ways to submit it, you can launch it again. That's it. If you don't get the page that says that you're complete and everything is submitted at the end, no guarantees. It's set up so that when you start submitting your answer, if you have really slow internet, everybody in the world is doing this exam at the same time as you. If they're in AP Physics anywhere in the world, they're taking it at the same time as you. If the internet grinds to a halt because everything's uploading at the same time, as long as you hit upload and move on to the next question, the first one can be uploading in the background. If you've submitted this one and it's still uploading, but your time is up, it doesn't matter. Once it's started submitting, you're golden. If you have any errors, if anything messes up, the only thing that they've told us is if you have a problem, you're going to get, you have to let them know after this exam and they'll send you a ticket to do the makeup day. That does not mean spend an hour doing it and then decide you want to take the second one. Try your best to get it done in the first shot. My gut feeling is that this is going to be, I don't even know if easier is the right word. It's probably going to be less painful because it's just a much shorter exam. You're not going to be sitting there for the however long the actual exam is, what, 3 hours, 3+ hours. This is, 50 minutes, less questions, no multiple choice, but no graphs, no calculations to my understanding. Everything is all written, text written. You can use the AP Physics Bible. You can use any notes that you've got, anything. Just don't plan on researching the question when you get going because that will run you out of time. Let's try the demo again. So fun. My ID is practice. Let me get started. My first name is Testerman. And I'm going to put the same birth date, email address, test@test.com. I'm testing. I'm doing it at school this time. Okay, cool. What does that mean? I agree to terms and conditions. I'm not going to read them this time. We've got 4.5 minutes till the exam starts. The exam will begin soon. So it gives you 5 minutes. The actual exam, remember, this will be 30 minutes timer before the exam starts. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's critical to tell you. Put the best information or answers and responses that you can down and don't be stressed out about it. Just put what you know, relate it in terms of things as best you can. I really wish I could tell you more about what the questions look like, but they're going to be giving you more guidance on that and how to do all of this stuff this coming week, I think, those AP sessions. If you haven't been watching those review sessions, do. Greg Jacobs that does half of them. The other guy, I've seen his name before, but I've not taken a session with him, but Greg Jacobs is great. He gets a really good response with his students, but he also teaches honors physics and AP physics back to back for his students. So that probably changes his scores a bit. If you guys have any questions for me, I don't want to keep you longer than I have to. I'm going to drop out of this because I don't know that we need to go through that again. Stop sharing. Again, don't forget in the chat, if you go to the bottom, there should be a chat link. And that's the link to my blog post that has all the AP exam updates, what you need to print out, the checklist you have to have ready. And then underneath that is the link to that demo. Try it. Try it on your cell phone, try it on a tablet, try it on your laptop, try it on your desktop, whatever you might use for the AP exam. Try that little demo and make sure it works. I'm going to try it on my phone in a little bit. I can't share that with you here, I guess. But if you guys don't have any questions? All right. No questions. I'm going to stop the recording and I will share this with everybody else who wants to see this craziness.